Hello, and welcome to today's creator contract, Learn to Fly Vermont, set in Whittleton Creek and supplied today by yours truly. So moving on to our briefing, Man versus Gravity. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with 2 objectives. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location, and the only item we'll be bringing with us will be a lockpick. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to make our way straight to Helen West's house, as she will be our first target. So we're going to head straight down the street. Now normally at this point we would veer off to our left just past the muffin van, but today we're going to head around to the front of the property, and we want to trigger the routine between the guard and the gardener with the explosives. So once we've triggered this routine, we can then head back around to the side of the property, and we're going to hop in over the fence and in through Helen West's living room window, and we're going to make our way straight up to the first floor, and we're going to trigger the Billy Bass on the wall to get Helen West to come to us on the upper floor. So off goes Billy. That will trigger the musical interlude, and that will attract the attention of Helen West, making sure that no one else is approaching the front door, as if either the postman or the politician are heading to the front door, the Billy Bass tends to attract their attention over the patriarch of the house, or matriarch should I say. I always get those two mixed up. So when Helen arrives and she turns off Billy, we're going to quickly pounce on her. We're going to render her unconscious, and we're going to drag her through to the bathroom and out the bathroom window. This will put her out on the awning above the front of the house, and this is why we triggered the conversation earlier, because now the guard and the gardener are both not in attendance, and we can drop Helen off of the roof, and we are 1 target down. So next up, we are going to move off to Janus's house, and we will encounter there 2 more of our targets. So we're going to head straight off of the roof and down the street all the way to the last house on the left, and I hope there are no horrors waiting for us within. So we're going to lockpick our way into the garage, and we're going to make our way through the tunnel back into Janus's house and up to the first floor there, where we will encounter 2 more targets. So lockpick our way through the door at the back of the garage down into the basement. We're going to lockpick our way through the basement and into the secret library room. Yeah, I would lock my books away too. I am very protective of my books. So we're going to open the secret passage into Janus's house, don one of Janus's bodyguard's outfits, and then let ourselves into Janus's property via the large portrait here. Now while we're here, we can take care of the surveillance system. So we can either render the guard here unconscious, which is what I prefer to do. We can deposit him in the closet provided, and then we can take out the surveillance system. Taking out the surveillance system is a requirement really, as there will be a number of cameras around. Taking out the guard, not so much. You can take out the surveillance system without him, if you have a silenced weapon, that is. Today we don't have one, so taking out the guard is easier than just avoiding him. So we're going to make our way now up onto the upper floor. As you can see, Janus and Gunther were in the living room, So we are going to have to wait for them to make their way up the stairs and into Janus's bedroom, at which point we will have the opportunity to make our way up the stairs. So there is one of our targets, and as you can see, he is an enforcer. So if he is on the right of the stairs, we will go up and around to our left. If he is on the left of the stairs, we will go up and around to our right. Either way to avoid him, and either way it doesn't matter because we're making our way around to the spare room. So we'll go around through the bathroom and into the spare room where our other target will locate himself shortly. So as you can see, both of our targets up here are the guards on patrol in the corridor. One of them is about to head into this room. He's just at the moment looking out of the window, and when he comes into this room we are going to render him unconscious, and then we are going to move on to target number 2 before dealing with either of them. So here comes target number 1 right now. So we're going to put him to sleep briefly. There you go. We're going to leave him there, and then we're just going to wait for Janus and Gunther to head back downstairs. That will give us plenty of time to deal with the enforcer guard. So once they are safely downstairs and the guard heads back towards Janus's bedroom, more importantly having his back to us, we can then exit the spare bedroom. We're going to pounce on the enforcer, render him unconscious, and we're then going to take both of our targets and bring them into the bathroom where there is an open window leading to the side of the building. So we're just going to drag this gentleman in here. Now we also want to wait for, as you saw there briefly, the politician and his guard to be out of the area as well. We don't want them to spot the body. So when we drop our first target here out of the window, he will attract the attention of the patrolling guard in the garden. So we can't drop the second guard or our second target straight away. So we're just going to grab hold of him ready, and we're going to prepare ourselves next to the window here. So as you can see, the first guard gets spotted almost immediately, and we're just going to wait for him to be cleared away before we drop the second target out the window, and we can then move on. So once this guard has finally radioed in that there is a body, bagged him up and is moving him away, and he is a safe distance away, we can then drop Man Bun out the window and give our guard downstairs some more work to do when he returns. So we have 2 more targets remaining. Our next target is located in the house for sale. So we're going to head straight out the front door, down the main street, and around to the rear of the house for sale. And we're going to cut back in via the house with the boat outside just to shorten our journey a little bit. So our next target, if you haven't already guessed, is the plumber in the house for sale. So what we're going to do is make our way into the garden, up into the bathroom window, and into the kitchen where our target is located. We're going to render him unconscious, either by throwing something at him or giving him a gentle neck massage. There we go. We're then going to drag him up the stairs, and we are going to deposit him out of one of the upper windows. Now I believe there's only one potential window we can drop him out of, which I again think might very well be the bathroom. Yes, it is. So we're going to deposit him out of the bathroom window, and we are 4 targets down with 1 more to go. Our final target is the Hammer, and he is located over at Nolan Cassidy's house. So we are going to make our way over towards Nolan Cassidy's house, And just to make things a little bit easier, we are going to render the exterminator unconscious and hide him in the bushes here provided, and that will just stop him from spotting us when we climb up the drain pipe just over by Janus's house. So as you can see, the hammer is currently downstairs. We're going to climb up the drain pipe onto the air conditioning unit and in through the open window, and then we're going to wait right here in this bedroom for the hammer to arrive, and he's going to come in and he's going to check the laptop on the side. When he does, we can then move up behind him, we can pounce on him and render him unconscious, just making sure that door closes, and then we can deposit him out of the window we came in, but we're going to take his outfit first of all, just so that we don't have to go back the same way. We can now go out the front door, just so long as Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard are not around. So once the hammer has been deposited out the window, we're going to make our way down the stairs, out the front door, and to the nearest exit, which in this case for me is going to be the bus stop exit. So there we go, one more creator contract taken care of, and once we get on our bus we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met our objectives and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.